So guys, Evercade have revealed the next cart that's going to be released alongside the Renovation Collection at the end of March, and they've unveiled it in a rather unusual way that they don't normally do. So they've unveiled this new Evercade hotline, which you can dial this number if you're in the UK. There is an international number there as well, and which is kind of like a harken back to the 80s and 90s where you'd maybe phone for some tips hotlines and for tips on some games and latest news. But this used to be the thing in lots of different varieties of things, not just games, like movies and sort of even wrestling, upcoming events and stuff that you wanted to know the latest wrestling results kind of thing, which I can remember back in the 80s and 90s. It was kind of funny. But that was the only way of doing it. You didn't have access to the internet, so you only had access to magazines and probably these sort of tip lines. So you can phone this number and there's a couple of tips. There's a few secrets being revealed in this actual video. I'm not going to play it. I'll leave a link in the description. You can have a look at it yourselves if you want to discover what secrets there is and some tips on some of the latest games. But one of the things they released was the name of the next sort of cart that's going to be released, and it's coming from Gremlin. Now, if you don't really know who Gremlin were a sort of UK company. They're long out of business right enough, but they're owned by a different company now. But they were a big company in the UK that released a lot of games on the Amiga, ST, Mega Drive, PlayStation, etc., through the years. And what we're going to do next, we're going to look at the games that's been announced. So there have been 6 games, and there's been one 8-bit game, a few 16-bit game, and 2 32-bit games, which is 2 PlayStation games, which is really cool. Not sure about the games yet. I'm going to have a little play at them. I have played some of these games and owned them back in the day. But what we're going to do is going to play through the games in this video, and I'll give you my opinion so far, what I think. Next. Okay guys, the first game that's on the cart, 6 games on the cart, and the first one's a Mega Drive game, which is Zool. Now I'm assuming it's going to be the Mega Drive version of Zool. It's not going to be the Amiga version, because it's all going to be console games that's on this cart. Ideally it would be the Amiga version, but the Mega Drive version isn't too bad. There is also a SNES version, which I'll maybe show after this video, but let's have a quick bash at Zool. It's got quite a cool sort of intro, which I don't think is in the actual SNES version. Anyway, let's get stuck into the game. Now, I think obviously Zool was sort of released as a sort of I think it was an Amiga attempt to sort of make a Sonic sort of style game. It's like a competitor on the Amiga, on Atari ST. And it probably didn't quite succeed, I guess, but it's not bad. It's actually quite a tricky game. It does zip along at some pace, but it's quite tricky. Because see, I'm not actually sure if this version or the SNES version is better. They differ slightly. They look similar, but there's some slight different designs in the levels, and it somehow plays slightly different as well. A lot of people love this game right enough. I mean, it is very well known if you sort of had an Amiga back in the day. And also there's lots of different versions. I'm sure there's like Master System versions of it as well, and NES versions, possibly. I wasn't a massive fan, to be honest. I think it was just difficult to take in because it was trying to be Sonic, and it's kind of difficult to compete with the likes of Sonic the Hedgehog, I guess. But it ain't bad at all. Controls are a little bit slippery right enough, but it's not bad. Let's have a quick bash at the SNES version. You can see if there are any differences. Okay, so this is the SNES version we're going to play. It kind of looks similar, but I think it does feel a little bit different. It sounds a little bit different too here and there. I'm pretty sure it'll be the Mega Drive version that will come on the cart, to be honest. You see there's sort of different sounds to the fire. It does play a little bit different. Music's a bit different too. Actually not sure what one I prefer, to be honest. They almost feel like different games a little bit. It's kind of strange. It's not bad. This one probably seems a little bit more fun, so it's going to be interesting to see which version we do actually get. I'm pretty sure the more complete version is the Mega Drive version, but I don't know. Does it really matter what version we get here? Let me know what you think, what version you prefer, guys. I'm not totally sure. Anyway guys, let's move on to the second game on the cart. Okay guys, next game is a PlayStation game, PlayStation 1, which was released way back in 1996. So this is one of two PlayStation games on here. Now the size of the games aren't huge, which is probably why we've got two games on the actual cart. So this first one is Actua Soccer, which I did own back in the day, around about 1996. There was an Actua series released by sort of Gremlin. There was like a tennis game, a golf game. The golf game was fantastic. I would really have loved to have seen that on this cart, to be honest. Maybe we'll see it on Collection 2, if we ever get to Collection 2. But it's not bad. I think the problem with sort of PlayStation games, some of the sort of experiments in 3D graphics don't hold up amazingly well today. They tend to look quite ugly. If you look at sort of Football Madness, for example, it's not bad, it's playable, but it's ugly. It's just not a good looking game. It doesn't hold up well, and it's pretty much the same with this game, but this game's probably a little bit more enjoyable to play. Let's jump straight into the game. So I don't think there's any licenses in this game, it's just countries, I believe, if I recall. So there's no licensing, and I kind of suspected we might have seen this game a few months back when I was looking at potential sort of companies that Evercade and Blaze might actually sign up, and this one was kind of obvious. I was kind of hoping they would see the golf game too, but anyway, let's have a jump in and play the game.
They can match the pitch, we should be in for a good contest.
It's interesting. It's not bad, but it is a little bit ugly in sort of the 3D graphics. Great that we've got commentary. I hope that sort of makes the Evercade version. I don't see why it wouldn't.
Oh, he found his man well.
That was an accident. It's typical football, but that camera does play a little bit of havoc in playing the game. It kind of swings all over the place, and it does make it a little bit tricky to know where you are at times. And the AI of the players is kind of a questionable as well at times. But interesting, there wasn't an awful lot of sort of 3D style football games at the time. So in a way it was kind of unique, and there was a few, there wasn't loads. There was obviously FIFA 96, there was Fever Pitch, there was obviously Football Madness we had, but that was kind of released a lot later into the PlayStation life. I think they were still kind of experimenting with this sort of 3D style. You know, it's not bad, it's playable, it does take a little bit of getting used to. Definitely needs a little bit of practice here and there. But it's not bad at all, it ain't bad. I'm sure I first played this as a demo game on a magazine and ended up buying the full game. That looked like a bad tackle. It's out. I think it took as well. I think the best sort of 3D game, if I recall, was probably Pro Evolution Soccer on the PlayStation. Those games were fantastic. The AI is all over the place. Oh my, at times it's pretty dreadful. Sometimes the players just do unpredictable stuff. So anyway guys, let's move on to the next PlayStation game. Okay guys, next game we're going to play is Hardcore 4x4. It's a kind of 3D style, super off-road style type of game. Yeah, it's not bad, it's playable. Again, it's kind of ugly, I thought, to be honest. Just typical of that sort of genre and time in the PlayStation life, that a lot of games just don't hold up too well for me. Hardcore 4x4. You can pick your vehicles and all sorts of stuff, but we'll just jump straight into the game, give you an idea what it's like.
The tension is building.
Yep.
Who's gonna be?
Okay, pretty easy to play. Press X to accelerate. Use your sort of D-pad or control stick to manoeuvre badly. Oof, I just got bashed. Okay, that wasn't a good start. The controls are quite sensitive, you can see. Be sort of gentle with sort of manoeuvre, the manoeuvring. Nope. Oh, it's hard to tell where I was going there. Yeah, so it's kind of a tricky to actually control. And yeah, it's a little bit ugly, isn't it? Pretty sure I recognised the voice of the commentator. It sounds like the commentator from Destruction Derby as well, of PlayStation days. Those are games that we'd love to have. It's kind of fun, you know, it's not bad. The controls are a bit sort of sensitive right enough, it's kind of tricky. I suppose you might get used to that eventually. There's certainly a little bit of fun to have. Ooh, well, there's 3 laps of this. Wow. Just going to bash my way all round this lap, I think. Oh dear, I'm trying. Oh, somebody's impatient behind me. Oh well, we'll go the wrong way now. Anyways, let's move on to the next game. You sort of get the point. It ain't bad at all. It's okay. Not amazing, but it's okay. Okay, guys, we're jumping back to the Mega Drive now, and this is Premier Manager 97, which, fascinatingly enough, was probably the last Mega Drive physical game I ever actually purchased. Way back in the day, and it was all right. It was a management game, and it was on the Mega Drive. That was the fascination of it. So you start off and sort of input your name, whatever you want it to be. What I'm going to do. That'll do for me. And pick your team. Not massively well known team, so I guess you're going to start from the bottom. Does it really matter which team you go? Probably not. Let's go Swansea. No particular reason. So if you've ever played a sort of football management game, it's all similar. You need to sort of spend your money, improve your pitch, improve your players. First thing you need to do is actually buy some sponsors around the sort of stadium. You sort of scroll through the different sponsors and the different parts of your stadium here. Kind of quite cool, right enough. So this will obviously bring you in extra money as you go through. So we'll sort of add that there. But let's move to a different part. See what else we can add. Oh, let's have Sonic and Knuckles, that looks cool. And it tells you down the bottom how much it actually cost there. That's kind of fun. Anyway, this is probably something you need to spend a lot of time sort of doing and sort of building up some cash. And you've got different things. You've got the transfer market up the top corner left here. You can go through and buy players, sell players. You can also improve your pitch as well, improve your stadium, sorry, here, which is kind of cool. Want to make it bigger, add 1,000, let's see if we can add, yeah, I'm going to add 1,000 more seats, which is kind of cool. Also, what we got here, oh, this is just your bank statement, daily balance. I've already spent loads of my money. So you start off with £750,000. Doesn't sound a lot these days, does it? So what you got here, this is your player list. You can sort of go through and sort out, which I'm not going to do in this video, right enough. Team rating says very good. You get cup matches. Got your sponsors again. What's this? This is different employees that you can do and buy to sort of improve your sort of fitness and things. That's quite good. So there's quite a little bit of depth to it here and there. That's the table fixtures. What's this one here? Oh yeah, just in save whatever progress you're making. Can't remember what the question mark is. Oh yes, just some settings, which is kind of cool. So interesting, this is probably going to be our first football management game on the Evercade. And I suspected we'd have this one. Again, it's down to the whole licensing thing, that there's no licensing, I don't think, in here that they need to sort of get as additional, with sort of like official player names, for example. Okay, we can get out of that. So let's maybe jump into a game, give you an idea what it's like in a game. So you can go through the sort of stats. Oh, going the wrong way. So let's jump to the matches and give you an idea what you can actually expect. So you can scroll through all the games that are in the first sort of Premier League matches, but you can just exit and go straight to your team. And you can also change the speed at the bottom. You've got medium, you can sort of press left, you go slow, or go to the fast. I guess at most games you're going to want to do fast and just watch all the highlights and see what happens. It's kind of a bit boring. I wish it would probably be like go even faster. Oh yeah, you can go even very fast. It zips through it. But you kind of miss. I think fast is probably better, but you kind of get bored watching it sometimes. But so far our team's doing quite good. We've got 3 shots on target. Yeah, you got ultra speed. We'll just zoom right through the game. Give you an idea of what's happening. You can see absolutely nothing. So it's still nothing each. It's probably not the best way to actually watch it. I think probably fast or very fast is probably a little bit better. The ultras just, you don't really get a good feel for it at all. So still nothing each. You can make some changes if you really want to, or jump back straight into the game. See if we can get a goal here. Nothing. Also, there's a lot of depth to this game. I think if you're into your... Whoa, we got a goal. If you're into your football management teams, then games like this is going to be absolutely right up your street. So, oh, we've got an injured player here. Let's see. Yep. Interesting. So we're getting beat 2-0, but yeah, you need to obviously make a lot of changes. I've got now 2 injured players. Anyway, guys, I'm going to move on. There's a massive depth in this game that I think if you do love these type of games, you're going to really enjoy this. If you don't, then it's not going to convert you at all. Okay, guys, the 5th game on the sort of collection is going to be Utopia, the Creation of a Nation, which is Super Nintendo. Way back in 1993. Definitely didn't play this game. But I suppose if you've played sort of Megalomania that's on the Codemasters cart, then you'll have an idea what to expect. And other games like SimCity, I guess, might be another sort of style. Let's get stuck in. Again, this is another sort of in-depth game. And interestingly enough, this game was designed to play with the SNES mouse. So it's going to be interesting if we actually get an Evercade mouse. I mean, there's plenty of games on the Evercade now that would be compatible with a mouse, such as Worms, Cannon Fodder, so to speak. So you can sort of scroll through the map. We'll see you've got sort of little things to select down the bottom. We just press the button, we can scroll through them. So we can look at the world map. Let's see. You can sort of scroll through the world. Interesting. And maybe jump to certain parts that you want to go to. Then I guess you want to really start building stuff, so let's have a look. So oh yeah, Hard Tart is the one where you actually can build things. I think we need to start building some houses, I believe, to start. As you go start getting complaints, there's this different sort of buildings you can start building. You'll get some hints and tips as you go. So I think we need some living quarters to start with. Yeah, let's put them, let's see, where are we going to put them? So we'll start building somewhere, let's see. Not too close to some of these buildings, right enough. Let's see, build here. Yep, build more. So obviously you've got certain money, but the game sort of goes by a day every second or so, it seems, I think. So, and some things take a few sort of days to actually sort of build. But yeah, it's not bad. Not really my type of game, to be honest. I mean, there's definitely a lot of depth to be had here. It's kind of interesting. It would be interesting if we could get a mouse for this, to be honest. So you can get some bank loans as well. You can save your progress, I guess, which is cool. You can pause it. You can speak to the different people involved. Supreme Commander. Kind of interesting. I think I'll need to spend a lot of time with. I never did play this game before. It's kind of interesting to me. But yeah, I think we'll move on because I could easily spend a couple hours trying to figure out what the heck to do. Yeah, let's move on to the last game on the card. Okay guys, the last game is called Brainbender, which I believe is a Game Boy game from Gremlin. Definitely never played this one. Not sure if anyone will remember this. You may not. It's a puzzle style game where you need to sort of line up the lasers with the mirrors, so to speak, to sort of complete the levels. I quite like puzzle games, so I'll quite happily get stuck into this one. You can select music, no music. So you need to sort of manipulate these mirrors up the top here. Sort of move them to sort of take out these sort of balls in the picture, and you can see you're actually against the time limit on the right hand side of the screen. So let's sort of try and manoeuvre these mirrors first before we activate the lasers. Not as easy as you might think, to be honest. You can't sort of mess about because that time goes down quite quick. To move it, I think. Okay, so let's move this laser to get us started. So they're like mirrors. Oh, it's not far enough along. And you just need to try and sort of make the mirrors go through these ball things. I'm not really sure what they are. Oh, go back the way as well. Let's do that. I'm running out of time here. Oh, I think I'm going to run out of time. Oh, maybe not. Oh, I've only got... Oh, ran out of time. Need to be a little bit faster. Let's try again. If you guys not sure what you think of the cart or the 6 games so far, I'm kind of a so-so. I think there's some cool games here. It'd been better, I guess, if we could have Amiga Azul. Action Socket isn't bad. Premier Manager, it's obviously the first management game. Utopia is going to be, I think, a hit and miss for some people who like that type of game. Some people will love it. Brainbender, what we're playing now, is not bad. It's a kind of puzzle game. It's not bad at all, but it's kind of tricky. And Hardcore 4x4, it's kind of okay. So it's kind of given me sort of mixed feelings, this cart so far. Not bad. It's interesting to get Gremlin on board. I think that's fantastic. Hopefully we see some more games. I'd really love to see Actual Golf. That was definitely one of my favourite sort of Gremlin games. I really enjoyed it. And let me know what you guys think of this cart. It's going to be released at the same time as the Renovation cart. 31st of March, I believe it is, next year. That's quite cool, I guess. Renovation cart is kind of similar. It's got some good games and some bad games. Oh, yay, there we go. We've done the first level. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll catch you again next time. Bye for now.